Hey everyone, and welcome to a commentary for Lee Sin, the Blind Monk. One of my favorite top laners right now, and this game wasn't really a stomp per se, because I had my hardships against Aurelia. Anyone who's ever fought an Aurelia with someone like Lee Sin, somebody that does burst early, but then doesn't really burst early later on, doesn't really burst later on, will know that Aurelia is kind of a difficult matchup for the most part, so... that's kind of what happened here. The Aurelia was actually really good. I remember her really zoning me out of creeps and knowing exactly what to do if I jumped on her. The thing is, I had to learn to not... I couldn't go in later on because I'd just get completely destroyed. So, I do kind of make a few misplays later on, but it kind of evens itself out later, in the game. But on the bright side, I didn't really screw up severely in team fights. I mean, that's when I really started getting into the game. I mean, it's kind of odd because usually with a lot of Lee Sins I see at top lane, it's usually the other way. It's like they do extremely well in lane and then they just don't do anything out of it. But the thing is, I'm pretty savvy on what Lee Sin does and how his kit works and how to outplay people, for the most part. So usually I can do remarkably well when I get out of lane. But Lee is definitely a character where I play him when I really want to try, because for the most part, whenever I use Lee Sin against anybody, generally, I can do pretty well. I mean, I can do as well against certain matchups as certain melee matchups, you know. Right here, I forgot that Alistar would probably need a bigger leash because that's how he works. So I go ahead and head down now, and I do end up losing out on a bit of experience because of this. But if this Alistar does his job, which it turns out he did his job pretty well, and now he's got, you know, he's got the he had the leash he needed, so he didn't take any damage from blue, and so that's going to be fortunate. It's going to really help us get an early gank off on somebody. I think Alistar just goes ahead and ganks top right away. And right here, I probably should have kept fighting her because Alistar was coming around the back. I didn't see that though, and ended up kind of getting screwed up there. So nothing much comes out of that. I probably, like I said, probably should have engaged for a lot longer than that, but I was also kind of worried about dying. And so now I'm just kind of fighting this Aurelia. I could have hit her one more time to come out more ahead in that trade. Now that I'm level 2, I could probably look to pressure harder, but I'm also worried about not hitting my Q. But I mean, especially when it comes to Aurelia, like if you hit 2 before she does, you want to go in hard, because then you'll probably come out ahead. And right here, if I had my dash or whatever, my safeguard, I probably could have gotten something out of that faster. But anyway, I mean, this matchup's just kind of... I mean, I probably should have pushed my lead a lot more, because I have a level advantage over her, and that is a huge deal, especially since she didn't get true damage yet. So, for future reference against Aurelia's, I know to do that. And now, but now she has true damage, and I probably don't want to go in on her like this, because she'll probably just kill me. Bottom lane gets first blooded, not much to commentate there. I don't want to let this Aurelia free farm, but I also don't want Diana to come out of nowhere, because now she's jungling, and I realize that. But now Aurelia has no mana, so she can't really go in on me that hard. And I do take a tower shot, but I probably should have done that and then safeguarded away. I don't know why I didn't. Probably would have ended in a really nice poke there. I think I thought on it a little too late, and that's what happened. But Aurelia has almost no mana, so I can definitely look to pressure now. And I wanted to go in on her, but I didn't see that my safeguard cooldown was off cooldown. So nothing ended up happening there. I shouldn't have flashed. I should have just walked away, because if she had gotten hit one more time, she would have just died. I wanted one of the minions to push up like really hard, and then hopefully something came out of that. I also knew that if I did that, though, that it would be an extremely balls to the wall risky play. So I didn't really want to go in on that like right away. I kind of missed out on my chance. If I had done that, though, if I had been really aggressive there, she would have just stunned me and just killed me. So it's just, you have to weigh your options sometimes. If you miss out on an opportunity, you just miss out on it, and it's like you can't really capitalize on it, and you know that. So, or at least if you're wise, then you'll know that. And man, this Aurelia is starting to hurt now. Once she hits 7, there's like nothing I can really do. I probably should have just built I did end up building a Phage. But the thing is, now I have to be really safe. But again, like, Aurelia is definitely beating me in laning. But one of the things you can really take into account is the fact that if she keeps burning her mana like that, then you can easily take advantage of that. So I'm just trying to safely farm for the most part, and yeah, she kind of hurts. She definitely hurts. Like, I wouldn't recommend going Lee Sin against Aurelia unless you know exactly how to play Lee Sin. One of the things is that, like, she can really punish you for making really big mistakes. Granted, Lee Sin can do the same to Aurelia, but it's a lot harder for him to, because she can just like stun him like right away. And right here, I saw Aurelia go bottom. I mean, I saw Aurelia go over here, and I saw him try to fuck with my Alistar. So right when I see her, well, or about when I see her, and right here, I don't remember if, yeah, I don't remember exactly what happens here. I think she ends up dying just because they end up coming out through here. But here I come, and granted, now they all have to get out. And right here, I'm just like, I probably should have just like, yeah, and right here, I do end up killing her just because Diana enters, and like, we end up killing both of them. But I know Nidalee is coming, and especially since I have sight on me now, I know she's going to try to land a spear, so I go as far away from the turret as possible. And right there, if I was like next to the turret, like in the middle there, I would have been 100% dead. So, again, definitely something you can take into account here. Man, this Anivia was or else she would have killed her. I don't know why she went right into a spear, but I don't know why I went back, because if she decided to go Cougar form and then spear me, I would have been dead again. So, again, really risky plays on my part, but I end up getting a kill on Aurelia, so I'm at least not completely helpless. So, I don't remember the times that I die here. I think, yeah, one of them was like me getting dove because I had these really stupid engagements here. I probably should have just like not even gone and queued like that. I should have actually tried to fight her now because she didn't have her true damage, and now I can look to do that. Like, I wanted to stay at my turret though. I don't want her to get free damage on me, but she ends up getting it. I have my kick. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm just getting completely abused in lane now because it's level 7, and no matter what happens, Aurelia, if you're Lee Sin or someone that falls off late game, it's almost impossible to do a proper trade with her if she's even a little smart. So, once more, it's just definitely something to keep in mind when you're fighting Aurelia. Just try not to get into those big, long engagements with her if you're not like Olaf or something, because you'll probably end up you'll end up behind in that trade, and end up getting that, and then I do that. I don't know why it stunned me like that, and I just walk away because I want the trade to be even. And while her true damage is up, I'm not going to end up. The trade is not going to be even. So, and I decided not to go in on her like that because I didn't want to take full damage from her ultimate. But yeah, it's just a back and forth with Lee. It's kind of a skill matchup. Lee Sin kind of makes any lane a skill matchup, but for the most part, it's like you don't want to, as any bruiser that doesn't have like true damage to match hers, she's always a factor, so you have to be careful. Like at the end of the game, I like recognized that I just got completely slaughtered in lane because, despite the fact that she's had to burn some potions, I've actually been doing kind of bad in this lane. So that's definitely, yeah. Hang on a minute. But anyway, this Aurelia's low mana. I don't want to fully commit on this dive. I mean, Alistar is like really low level. He probably should have just stuck with farming in his jungle. I wanted him to go in first though, and then ult, but I guess he didn't have his ult up or something. I don't know what was going on there. If he had his ult up, he probably definitely should have used it there, but maybe not. I think he just didn't want to burn it because he didn't know where anyone was. It was kind of stupid on my part. And now she's like so I can just kind of abuse her. And I see, oh man, and I should have seen this Diana, but I didn't. It was too late. And if I had gotten that Q off, I would have easily just killed her, but red buff Diana means I die, so not much I could do. And Aurelia got the assist gold, and that's kind of a big deal because she got gold from that whole engagement. For the most part, though, that was just me being greedy, so anyway, going back to lane, I just want to get some farm and shit. Like, I do want to try to trade with her as much as I can, because for the most part, it's kind of an even trade if I play it smart, but sometimes I don't. And yeah, so I mean, right there, it was an even trade, but then Aurelia uses her ult, so I don't know, right? And then I don't know, this Diana is like really wants me now. Like, she knows that I'm kind of being somewhat aggressive, but I also know that they're probably going to camp me if I do, so I'm being really cautious. I don't want them to dive me either, because I noticed that Aurelia is just pushing the lane, so I really wanted to be careful here. Aurelia ends up wasting her time, and right here she purposely leaves herself open to a Q, because she wants me to go in on it, but then she doesn't realize that I have safeguard right afterwards, so I end up getting out safely. Diana wastes a lot of her time, and then Scone just gets a free tower dive in because Diana wasn't anywhere to be found down there. But again, like, I can't really trade with Aurelia at this point, especially but then again, like I said, if I play it smart, I can trade somewhat easily. And now she has her ultimate up, so it's like, it's kind of annoying. I probably should have just waited for safeguard and then everything to heal up and stuff, so I could trade with her again, but I end up getting a little impatient, and that ends up allowing her to easily tower dive me later. I do notice that she is out of lane, so I'm trying to be careful about it. I don't remember what happens here. I mean, I think, yeah, she goes in on Anivia. I wanted to, yeah, and I end up killing this ward because I wanted Alistar to easily be able to. And since I saw Aurelia at bottom there, I wanted to make her lose out on as much CS as I wanted. I mean, as I could. So I mean, for the most part, I mean, like, now that I'm healed up and everything, I can actually look to trade with her a lot better. She didn't end up getting anything from that roam. I got a bit of farm, so now I'm back somewhat ahead. But she also, let me look at what items she has. She has a ninja tabby, so I can't really trade as hard with her. That's the problem with Aurelia, is that you can't get, like, unlike with Darius or someone like that, you can't really get ninja tabby to mitigate their trading. So it's kind of irksome. I mean, like, I don't really like the fact that she's kind of, I mean, she's more or less kind of has a broken kit. I mean, like, there's not much I can look to do to against her if she wants to get aggressive on me. But she's being now, so I can just kind of free farm and like push her lane and everything and punish her for not being here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing her so that since I knew what she was being, she's going to miss out on a bit of farm. I'm kind of missing out on a bunch of CS though, and it's kind of bad. So she's going to miss out on that. She's not going to build as much of a lead on me, and I wanted to get this because she didn't have smite, but she ends up killing it a lot faster than I thought she would, so it kind of ends up badly. I should have gone in when I knew it was low health, because she wouldn't have been able to kill it. Not with the fact that she didn't get smite for some reason. But anyway, I don't know why Ezreal got a little aggressive there. Well, Scone got a little aggressive there. He has a habit of doing that sometimes. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I get really, really impatient here, and in the end, it inevitably lets her tower dive me, and it's really ugly. Again, I just shouldn't have been so impatient, because I wanted to get this farm, and I wanted to push her away from it, but yeah, there's not. I probably, if I did go in on her at all here. And right here, this is where she tower dives me, and it's pretty useless to try to escape. I don't know. No one was there to capitalize on the fact that she was doing this, and plus her burst with Ignite and Ultimate and her W is just, there's not a whole lot I could have done about it. It's one of my few deaths in the game. I mean, like, I do die one more time. I don't think it was early game though. And this Anivia, I don't know why she has like 4 AP. I don't know why she has 4 AP. I end up getting Phage because I want to mitigate some of Aurelia's damage, and one of the only ways to do that is to yeah. And right here, she ends up. I wanted to get this, and I wanted to make it so that, like, since I knew that the Phage would proc and everything, and I knew that this Q was going to land, I just did that, and I did Q, ult, and then Q. No one really expects that damage, and it's really hard to calculate because your Q does a percentage damage for the amount of health you're missing. So a Lee Sin could do that, and then you wouldn't even really expect that. So nice little kill for me there. I'm still a little behind in this Aurelia matchup. She has 1 kill but 2 deaths and everything, but she has 2 assists. So I mean, like, it's really hard to gauge how much gold I have above her. Yeah, she has a bit more gold. She has 600 gold over me because she has a lot of CS above me. I mean, like, for the most part, like, this lane is just sort of, as I said, it's a skill matchup. There's not much, there's not much that happens if the Lee isn't really stupid, which this game I was kind of stupid. But I do have a lot of experience as Lee, so I felt confident that I could do this for the most part. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the best Lee Sin in the game, like, by any means. Like, I'm alright, I guess, but I do need to polish my Lee Sin skills, definitely. And since Aurelia's over there, problem is I'm putting myself in a spot where she can kind of chase me away. And right here, I know that her W is actually going to run out pretty soon, but she ends up healing a lot more than I thought she would. I'm sorry I'm so silent. It's just, there's not much else to commentate. Like, as I said, it's like, this matchup is just kind of neutral for the most part. And I see if you wonder why I didn't go in, first off, Aurelia could still kill me. Second off, Blitz was right there, so if I did anything, Blitz was just gonna help Aurelia just murk me. And it was really good on me to kind of see that he was there. So Blitz ends up wasting a little bit of time there. We end up getting a bit of pushing power at their mid turret. I don't remember if that's what caused us to kill it, but certainly helped. But anyway, I'm just kind of twiddling around. I don't know what I'm doing here. I mean, we don't really do anything for the most part. I realized that Aurelia's there. So we end up catching her here. I don't know why this Sona used. And I see that Alistar's coming around the back, but he doesn't fully commit, and I don't know why he didn't. So I end up backing off. Let's see here. So, as you'll be able to see here, he kind of grabs the wrong person. Blitz does not want to grab Alistar, and so he backs away right when Alistar gets grabbed. So, I don't know. As I said, there's not... At this point, I mean, Aurelia could probably kill people if she wanted to. And Alistar gets grabbed here, and then ults. So I go ahead and just go in there, and I kick Blitzcrank right into everybody, and I end up getting this. I end up getting that Aurelia with the help of everyone else, and I want blood, so I go ahead and use Q. There's no escaping Lee Sin with red and had one with E. We do end up seeing Vayne. I don't remember if we actually end up diving her. But we probably could have if Alistar had more mana, but unfortunately he doesn't, so we don't end up doing that. But yeah, I mean, this game is kind of in the bag for the most part. I mean, like, I didn't even notice that in this game that Scone had 9 kills at this point. But definitely, now that I have 5 kills, they need to start being afraid of me, because Lee Sin with 5 kills is pretty scary. I just go ahead and trade in on Lee Sin, get some free damage on Blitz. I didn't want to go in though because Vayne and Diana were right there, so didn't end up going in on him at all. I probably should have just waited for him to come back again because he was trying to ward Baron. But as I said, right here I end up getting my Trinity Force because I had enough gold. Lee Sin with Trinity Force is actually really dangerous. Like, he's really, really fast. He has his like spells on a very short cooldown, so he can use the Sheen proc really easily. Along with the fact that the crit is just really, really nice for him. I'm gonna do a lot of damage to a lot of people at this point. There's just... Yeah, I mean, even though this Anivia really isn't doing anything for the most part, it doesn't really matter because Scone and I are fed to the point where we can just kind of do what we want. I mean, to a small extent. I mean, we don't want to just jump into all of them and die, but we know that we can easily calculate, like, I can easily calculate how much they can, like, lock me up or something, which is aka not at all. The most lockdown they have is like Aurelia and Diana, because with Blitz, the moment I get grabbed, I'll just W away, like, instinctively. Unless he's really fast with the Power Fist. And even then, I don't think they'd be able to burst me fast enough to take advantage of anything. Right there, I probably didn't even have to safeguard there. I don't know why I did. But it doesn't matter. It's on a really short cooldown, so I don't really have to worry about too much. We're kind of letting Nidalee poke us, which is not what you want to do. Like, especially with a Nidalee that's this fed and that has this much AP. I mean, I think she has a Rabadon's now. So we don't want to just let her poke us, but we also don't want to get Blitz grabbed. And another thing is that all their entire team gets hit by the Ezreal ult, and then for some reason Aurelia just kind of walks into all of us. And I wanted to get Blitz, but it doesn't end up happening. And I end up killing Aurelia because she gets really greedy for the Anivia that has Egg. So I also didn't want to take damage from Vayne, but it doesn't matter. We end up killing her really easily. There's no escaping an Alistar that's this this skilled. I mean, this Alistar actually was pretty good. It was just that early gank, the early tower dive and shit, like, we didn't want to go in fully. Neither of us wanted to fully commit. So we were just kind of doing it. We were just kind of dragging our heels with the tower dive. Anyway, we get a pretty easy dragon here. We have pretty good dragon control with Anivia and with Ezreal. So, for the most part, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty snowballed now. I have 6 kills and I have Triforce. I think I B here pretty soon. Yeah, after Wraiths, I go ahead and B. Or after Wolves. Like, the thing is, with Lee, you don't really have to be like right away because of the fact that with Lee, you can just kind of use your Safeguard and Iron Will to like just heal up and shit, and then just never have to be. And right here, I don't know why we went in like this. Like, this is like a big numbers. Oh, because Vayne was down. Vayne was down there. So it was really wise of me to do that. And right here, I just slow everybody. And I just kill Diana because there's not much he can do there. And I end up getting, I think I end up getting Nidalee here too. So, yeah, there was nothing she could do. And now I'm legendary, so... they end up letting me get a triple kill, and I'm not sure why they did. I mean, we end up just murking them all. Vayne is like backdooring, and I don't know why she is, because we can just kind of push mid now. Well, I can anyway. And Anivia can just kind of deflect any like aggressive play that Vayne makes, even though she was a little slower at that bottom turret, but it doesn't really matter. As I said, Ezreal and I are just kind of like really fed. So there's not much that can happen. I mean, Lee Sin may fall off late game, but that doesn't mean you should just ignore his damage. That's a big fallacy that I see a lot of people make, or a big mistake that a lot of people make, is that they just kind of ignore Lee Sin and let him do whatever the hell he wants while they go for the carry. Granted, if the carry is there and he's making a really stupid play, you definitely want to go for him. But if you're the AD carry and you want to, you want to focus someone, you might as well focus Lee Sin if he's not right in front, if he's not like hitting you. If he's hitting you though, you want to do your best to get towards someone that can peel for you. That way he can't really do his job very well. Luckily for me, they didn't really have any peel on this team. They had like Blitz and that was it. So I could just like dash anywhere I wanted and just kill anyone I wanted. So I've got 9 kills now. Those team fights where they let me get like two triple kills, just that really hurt them. I'm going for a Maw of Malmortius. With Lee Sin, you can kind of go situational with him. If you're behind, you definitely want to go more tanky than usual. But if you're like ahead like I was here, there's no reason not to get something like Trinity Force or Hex Drinker or something like that. We end up finding Nidalee, but I know they can probably kill her, so I'm just doing a surveillance for everyone else that's here. So I show everyone else that Diana's right there. So then we get free Baron control because Nidalee got caught. They were kind of slow to react on this Baron. They didn't understand that once we got one of their teammates, when we're this far ahead, we're gonna go right for Baron. Oh, granted, we're not far ahead, like really that much. I mean, I think they got 2 dragons or something, and that's why they're so far ahead. I mean, that's why we're not behind. And I tried to land my Q so that I could get closer to someone, but it was kind of unfortunate that I didn't get to do that. And right here, I don't remember what happens here. Oh yeah, I end up killing Blitz because he tried to save Vayne, and there wasn't much he could do. Like, as I said, there was just not much they could do at this point. I mean, like, I didn't really take any damage from I didn't really take any damage from Nidalee because I had so much magic resist. Because the Merc Treads and the Hex Drinker, and then I'm gonna get a Maw when I go back. There's just I mean, she does do damage still, but not as much as she would to like someone like Ezreal. She'd probably chunk him for like 3/4 of his health. But for me, since I have so much magic resist, it's like 1/4, and it's not that bad. I mean, like I can just heal that up pretty easily. But I wanted to talk about the fact that of why I like Lee Sin a lot more than Rengar now. Like, one of the things that they did to Rengar was that they took away his early burst with his Q. I mean, they didn't really take it away, but they reduced it at early levels, so that means that a lot of bruisers now can just kind of abuse him because they do more damage than him. He's average, and therefore he's not a suitable top lane because he's average. Something that Zyphris talked about when he was talking about top lane was the fact that if you're not overpowered, you're not a good top lane. Because by your nature, you are, I mean, if you're a top lane, you're going to be imbalanced, as far as Zyphris is concerned. Zyphris, in case you guys are wondering, is I believe he's the, one of the, I don't remember which game designer he is, but he's doing a lot of the, he's behind a lot of the itemization things for top lane in Season 3. And by the way, this is going to be my last, this is going to be Season 2, this is going to be the last video I upload for Season 2. And until then, I'm going to take a really long hiatus until I can upload some Season 3 videos safely, or properly. Right there, Easy Dragon, they're pretty zoned from it, and Diana's about to die, because I'm trying to decide whether I should go up or down, because I don't know which direction she's going to go towards. I end up cutting off both Blitz and Diana over here, and we end up, I don't remember if we kill, if I had landed that Q, it would have been great, but I probably should have just waited until, I had my safeguard, until I just used my Tempest Cripple, because then I could have easily landed a Q and killed her, but we end up killing her anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we're just kind of stomping them now. We don't have that much of a gold lead, but it doesn't matter because we have a lot of towers. One of the things that people don't take into account when they play competitively, I mean, when they're watching something that's competitive, is how much damage they can do. I mean, how much of a lead there is based on towers rather than gold. Granted, gold does matter if they have even towers, but if they don't have, like, the thing that Koreans do in tournaments is that they push a lot of towers and shit, like, early on, and then no matter how far behind they are in gold, it's really hard for anyone to do anything about them, like, later on. So, one of the only teams that's able to really fight them is CLGNA, because they are really good at stalling and just pulling strategies out of their ass. But anyway, that's GG. This is an okay Lee Sin game. I've had better. I haven't had that many kills in a Lee Sin game really that much like before. I mean, I think I had like 7 and 8 like the last few other times I played, and then one where I lost where I went like 4 and 2. But like I said, whenever I'm like really trying hard, I play Lee Sin, and I do pretty well. I mean, I'm not that bad with Lee Sin, but I'm not great by any means. So like, favorite, comment, do whatever you want to do, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.